Today, I'll be showing you how we can configure AWS and how we can integrate AWS with our Wazuh SIEM. So before that, let me tell you this video will be in two parts and this is the part 1 of 2 because I need to make this video in such way so that you can understand the entire thing of Wazuh integration with AWS. So without delay, let's go to So first thing first, after you sign up with AWS, I'm not going to show you how you can sign up. Just need to sign up with your username, password, email ID, and those information you need to give, and you need to log into your AWS console. So this is the AWS console. I have already logged in. Now from here, you need to click this menu button and you need to come to the IAM. Okay, you can search it if you are not going to see this. So from here on the left hand side, we need to create one user group first, which is important. So I already have a user group. Let me create another one. It's very simple to create. So let me rename this group to user group 2. Okay. And let's create this group. Okay. Second thing, you need to create a user for AWS. So I'll be creating another user here, which is user 2. Okay, and you need to click next. After that, you need to assign this user to a group. So I am assigning this group user group 2, which I have just now created, and need to click next. Click create user and the user will be created. So we have created one user, we have created one group. Now what we have to create? We have to create one role and one policy. But before that, I would like to take you to this user 2. Let's click on this user 2. And from here, you need to create a key, security credentials. From here, in the security credential tab, click here and in the access key section, create an access key. Okay. And here you need to click command line interface, CLI interface. Okay. And you need to click, I understand the above recommendation, and click next. So you need to give a value for this key. Let me give this value security key 2. Okay. And create access. So this is the access key and this is the secret key. You need to save it to some secure places because if you go back from the screen, it won't be available, but definitely you can create another security or access key. So if you click here in the show button, that access key will be given. So let's copy it in my text file, name it to access key, and here another key, let me copy and I'll name it to secret key. So let's paste it and save it some secret place because you won't get access of this key again if I go back from the screen. Okay, so let me click the done button. So done. Now we will be creating another one policy. Let me go back to the policies here. From here, we need to click create policy, and you can definitely create lot of policies from here. But what I will suggest, don't give everything and anything. You need to think of security also. So give the least privilege to this policy. So I will go to JSON here, JSON tab. This is the visual tab and this is the JSON tab. I'll go to the JSON tab here and delete all of this and paste this policy. But definitely you can add, modify time to time this policy. So what will happen? This is the way we can give users minimum least privilege through this policy. So we have get object and list bucket thing, and we will be writing down our bucket names here. This is the way. So let's go to the next phase and name this policy 2. Okay, you can write down any description if you want. So this is the S3 resources I have given. So permission, privilege to read. So that is the reason it's showing here services, and create policy here. So our policy has been created. So let's search the policy 2. This is the policy 2. So let's discuss about the policy little bit. So this is the policy version 1 base version. So this is not the date, this is the date of this policy, which is from AWS side. We don't have to do anything with this date. And get object means we'll be getting object permission, and list bucket means S3 bucket permission and S3 get object. That means it will get the contents of all the S3 objects or whichever will be permitting from this resource port, and list bucket. List bucket means we'll get the list bucket permission from this policy. Now what we will do, we will go back to our user group. Okay, we have created this group, newly created group, user group 2. We'll click on that, and from here, from the permission tab, we'll go to the permission tab, and from here we will create add permission and attach policies. So now I will be attaching this policy to this group. So let's search this group name. Policy 2 is the name of the policy. Click here and attach policy. Okay, so that means anyone who will be within this group, user group 2, they have the policy which we have created, policy 2. They have the permission or restriction within policy 2. So we only need to edit the policy time to time. So everyone within this group have this policy applicable. So last thing from here we need to do, we need to create a role. So let's go to the role section and create a role from here. So what we need to select here, we will be going to select AWS service, and use case I will select S3. Okay, and you need to just click next, and again you have to select the policy we just created. So the name of the policy was policy 2, and select this policy, click next. So the policy is already showing here. So now I'll be give a name here which will be role 2, so that I have some understanding what is the thing I am creating. So the description is already written here. Allowed S3 to call AWS service on your behalf. Okay, so now let's go and click this create role button. So the role will be created. Okay, now what we will be going to do, we will click on the user. This user we have just created, need to click on this user, and from here you need to copy this ARN number, Amazon resource number. Need to just click here, it will be copied. Okay, now come to your role section again, search the role you have just created, role 2, click on that role, and from here go to trust relationship, because we will be pointing out this user with this role. That means this user has a trust relationship with this role. That means this user comes under this role or the trust relationship within this role. So whatever we will be sending through this role, it will be also have a relationship, has a trust relationship with the users. So that means if I'm trusting this role will be trusting this user. This is kind of thing. Okay, so let's go to edit trust policy, and from here what you need to do, just under this s3.amazon.com, just you need to give a comma and press enter, use quote, double quote, and paste your ARN number here, just like this. Okay, second line you don't need to give comma, and here you have to give another quote and need to write down AWS and quote close, and needs to then your ARN number. So do same what I have done, but only thing you need to change this ARN number. This will be different in your case. Remember to change this. Don't copy and paste mine, because it will not work, because I'll be deleting this user after this test. Okay, so and you need to update this policy. So now what will happen here in your policy, whatever the permission will be giving to this role, it will be has a trust relationship with our user. Last thing from here, what we have to do, we have to copy this part sts.assume role. Assume rule is a function of AWS. Need to copy this trust relationship, and now you need to come to the permission and click on this policy. Maybe you can click on the policy, it will open a new page. From here we are going to edit this policy. Okay, let's edit this policy, and we will add this sts assume rule here. Also need to give a comma, enter, and within the quote we will paste this sts assume rule. I have given double quote, don't give double quote, give single quote only. Okay. Now another thing what we have to do is we need to add a resource. So what resource we are going to add from here, we will be giving our role. So let's go back to our role section and click this ARN number from the role, and within this resource give a comma here, press enter, and use quote, double quote, and write down here your ARN number. So ARN number, I have pasted my ARN number, and just need to save your policy. Next, and save changes. So see, we have given another thing which is sts assume rule. Another thing is S3. S3 means bucket. And this is the policy thing, and from the role we have given trust relationship with our user. We are just connecting with each other. Now here, if we go back to the policy version, we can see version 1 and version 2. What does it mean? Because we have edited our version and changed it to the latest one. So that is the reason it's showing version 2. So whenever we are moving or editing different version, it will be one by one, version 3, it comes like that. Okay, so we have given get object, we have given list bucket, we have given assume rule. So last thing which I want to give with this policy, let's edit this policy. I will add another permission which is delete function. So I'll press enter here, and within quote I will be writing down S3 is to delete object. Why it is important? Let me tell you. Because whenever you will be collecting logs from your buckets, and after that, do you want to keep those logs in this bucket? If you have a requirement to keep those logs in the bucket, you can keep it, because the logs initially will be less, but in gradually, if you are waiting for the 6 months or 1 year, the logs will be huge. So that time, after ingesting those logs, there is no necessity to collect all those logs. So I will be deleting those logs. So that is the reason I'm giving here delete object. So after that, give a comma, because otherwise it will show cross here. And let's save this policy. Go to next and save changes. So see, we have version 3 now. Policy version 3. This is the latest and this is the default version. So what we have given? We have given get object permission, list object permission, delete object permission from S3. Okay, and sts assume rule. Assume rule is a thing which our user will ask to get permission within this bucket by using assume rule. And we have given our role to has a permission to access this object. So, and we have mapped this policy with our role from here with our role. This is the role section. Okay, with our role we have assigned this policy, and within this role we have made trust relationship with our user 2, Okay, and from our group we have given permission of this policy, and our user which we have created, we set this user within this group. So everything is connected with each other now. So this is the thing. Last thing from part 1 you need to do, you need to come back to your Wazuh server. You need to go to your directory which is cd slash, or you can use directly nano, then root, then .aws, then credentials. So probably highest chances is this directory is non-exist. If this directory is not exist, so do one thing, don't need to worry about, just use your mkdir command, which is mkdir, then use root, then use .aws. This is the default directory, and create this directory if you don't have. Okay, since I have this directory, I'm not going to use this command. So instead of, I will be using nano command to show you how you need to create this file. So I will be using nano, then root, then AWS, then credentials. The credential is the file name. So after creating the directory, let's go to this credential file, and same like what I have did. So default you need to write down by the third bracket, and second line will be AWS access key, which we have copied from earlier step, and the AWS secret key, which we have copied from the earlier step when we are creating the access key from the user sections. Remember, we have copied those keys. You need to paste it here and need to save these things. Okay, so you need to remember this nano root.aws credential. This is very important for your scenario. Okay, so this is the part 1 complete. I will be going to part 2. Whenever in the part 2, I will be showing you how different services you can integrate with Wazuh. But for the authentication purpose, I will refer to part 1, and you need to watch the part 1 separately, because I'm not going to mention this part 1 thing in every video. Okay, so please follow other videos of AWS. Thank you.